What's up guys, I'm about to do a BTEC playlist once I'm finished Invincible. I'm about to finish Invincible. I've been watching this whole show today. I have literally, I set out to make a beat and make the BTEC playlist today. I have not done either of those things. If you ain't seen Invincible, fam, I'm serious. I don't care if you don't like cartoons, I don't care if you don't like comic, but I don't give a fuck if you don't watch TV shows. Get an Amazon Prime free trial, torrent the shit, watch it somehow. This show is so fire. This show has made me go, what the actual fuck? Like 9 million times. I actually can't remember the last time I've been just like, like locked in, like every time an episode is done it's like start the next. Oh my god. Like, I've been watching a lot of sitcoms lately. Like when I watch TV I'm watching like Bob's Burgers, New Girl, you know, Parks and Rec, etc, etc. Like I love sitcoms, they're easy, like Community as well, like sitcoms, they're easy to watch, they're great, but I've not felt that feeling when you're like hanging on to every episode in a while, man. And this show, the show is like a superhero show from Image Comics. It's not DC or Marvel, it's Image. I've never heard of Image, so I'm really unfamiliar with the superheroes like that are in this. Like this is my introduction to them. It's a cartoon, but it's a bit more mature than your average cartoon. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's a superhero story, and I'm so obsessed with this fucking show. But I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. Go watch Invincible. Spoilers will begin now. Skip to here if you want to watch the BTEC playlist. You don't want to know Invincible spoilers. I'm gonna start doing special intros to the BTEC playlist. Remember how I used to like make a beat on the spot at the beginning of the BTEC playlist? I'm gonna do shit like that. Anyway. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so fucking gassed. Let's get it. Let's get it. Invincible. Final episode. I got so many questions. Omni-Man, what are you on?
We'll talk later.
We'll talk later. Keep postponing your confession. I got pizza, I got fries. I ordered takeaway for the show, bro. God, Omni-Man is fucking heartless. Piece of shit. Oh, right away you're gonna show me that. This show is gritty as fuck, man. Mark is terrified right now. Oh my god.
No!
Oh!
Let my dad go!
He thinks, oh my god,
Stop!
he thinks he's being controlled.
Mark.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Omni-Man?
It's time for you to know where I really come from. I am from Viltrum, but it's not the planet I've told you about.
Oh.
We had to remove the weak from our society.
Oh.
When it was over, our population was cut in half. But what emerged from the ashes was unstoppable.
So he's Thanos. So Omni-Man is Thanos.
We decided to make it the only empire in our galaxy. Our most trusted officers were each given a planet to weaken by themselves.
It's fucking horrible. That's why he came here the whole time, was to be Thanos.
We need to get Earth ready to join the Viltrum Empire.
Oh my fucking days.
This doesn't make any sense.
We're murdering
You
innocent
love me.
fucking people.
You love Mom. I know you do.
Viltrumite DNA is so pure, you're nearly full-blooded. You'll live for thousands of years. Everyone you know and love will be gone before you even look 30.
Jesus, dude.
I do love your mother, but she's more like a pet to me.
What?
This is the only home now.
I will not calm down.
To Viltrum.
I don't give a shit about Viltrum. And I don't care if I live a fucking million years. This is my home.
I can't let you interfere.
Oh my fucking
You know
days.
exactly what I'm saying.
Omni-Man gonna fucking kill his son. Omni-Man, you dickhead. I hate it because he's like so powerful. No one can do shit. No one can do shit. Omni-Man, this is so... I hate how like understandable the motive is. Like I can see why he's so strongly in this belief despite how wrong it is.
Trajectory. I need to know
On a moral level.
Robots. Rubies, right.
Look-key robot is like goated, bro. He was sketch as fuck the whole show.
The world's got fucking
He's goated.
To face his father and survive, he'll need to be.
I love how they do that. I love that. Fuck Viltrum, bro. Y'all are some bitch. I hate how egotistic Omni-Man is, man. He's so like degraded. I love how this show totally subverts like superhero norms. Like right from the beginning, you thought those dudes, the Guardians of the Globe, were the main guys.
Thank you.
They die right away.
You almost killed him!
Instead, you saved him. So much effort. For what?
Oh my fucking Christ!
What difference does it make?
What difference? He'd have a life!
Did seeing that man lose his life disturb you? Did it hurt? Well, let's see how you handle it.
Oh, that was a big punch. That was a very big punch. He's gonna come flying through any second now. Yep, I hear it. Oh my goodness. Omni-Man is like playing Prototype with all mods on, with all cheats on. Mark's face is in so much, he is like terrified. Everything he believes is fucking shattered, man. Everything. Omni-Man taught you everything you know, bro. You know how he works. Please, can Invincible just fucking destroy? Oh my god, I want to see Omni-Man get fucking wet. Because he thinks he's so sick. I mean, he obviously like, you can see why he does. Because he's like, you know, 9 trillion times stronger than everything in existence. Oh my god! Oh my fucking god, man.
How could you do this?
That was your fault. Your stubbornness against the inevitable killed those people. And what were they doing with those fragile little lives anyway? Listen to what I'm saying. You know in your heart I'm right.
Right? About how pathetic and pointless humanity is. Is Mom's life worthless?
In the grand scheme of things. Yes.
Oh my fucking god! Fucking Christ, bro! This is crazy! Oh my god! Oh my fucking Christ! What the hell? What the hell? That is psychotic. That is utterly psychotic. That is ridiculous. The way he forced through the train? He forced him to see that shit.
We're happy here!
Sure, I was happy for a time. But I'm loyal to Viltrum, not this pathetic excuse for a civilization.
All he sees is power. He's like, oh, we're pathetic because we can't lift a building. What the fuck can he do? What the fuck can he do?
I was wrong to raise you as a human. I should have prepared you better, taught you more.
Jesus.
Your
Fuck
life
parents like
was
this, man.
painless. You're a
Fuck
Viltrumite
parents that
only.
see
Well, you're true.
one future for you, and if you don't fulfill that exactly, they consider you trapped. That's what Omni-Man is, bro. J.K. Simmons was perfect, bro. J.K. Simmons was the perfect choice for the voice, man. It's just unsettling. It was the guy who has the ability to just like wipe everything out, like, with ease. Abusing that power. Because you know, like theoretically, there are people in the world that would do that shit if they had Omni-Man's like abilities. My boss can.
I'm ready when you are.
Bro, he's just battering this fucking child.
I can always start again. Make another kid.
Jesus fucking Christ. Thank God we get a break, because that's brutal, man. That's too much to look at, dude. We're getting a flashback now, okay.
I have a better view from above.
You know you can't do that. It's bad enough you're standing over here like a weirdo.
It's a waste of everyone's time. There's so much more I could be doing right now.
Fucking dick.
As we get older, it's harder to feel that. The weight of the world, it bogs us down.
Listen to your wife,
It brings us
bro.
back. Shows us
Listen to
life
your
is all
fucking
that.
pure wife.
This
Please.
is
Oh, he's cheering for
Come on, buddy, you can do it.
Dang it.
Did you see that? Did you see? Oh, it's amazing!
Oh, man. Don't get me like this, man. Look at this. The blood, oh my days. Don't get me like this. I'm gonna turn into the guy that cries during reactions. That's gonna be my new channel. My new channel name.
Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can watch everyone around you die. Think, Mark. You'll live to see this world crumble to dust and blow away. Everyone and everything you know will be gone. What will you have after 500 years?
Like you, Dad. I still have you.
Oh my god. He's torn. He's torn. He's actually realizing how much of a fucking piece of shit he is. He's crying. He was crying. Oh my god, man. Scorsese better watch this shit. I swear, Scorsese has definitely not watched Spider-Verse or Invincible. Scorsese watched Guardians 2 and was like, fat. He watched Thor the Dark World and was like, excuse me, but this is unacceptable. Only halfway through the episode. Only halfway! It's so fucked up, man. Like, Omni-Man just built his whole life just building this massive following of people that rely on him, and he just fucking... Oh! Every writer on this show, every voice actor, man, y'all should be really fucking proud.
I'm so
Incredible, man. Poor Debbie, man.
Debbie?
Cecil, man. Shout out to Cecil, man.
I never saw it.
Shout out to Cecil, bro. Cecil's like the undisputed hero of the whole show. Like, on the low, it's like, bro, shout out to Cecil, man. Rex can fuck off. Rex has been annoying the whole show. He's funny, though. He's funny. What's gonna happen now? Don't leave too much room for season 2. I want some, like, closure, bro. I'll be pissed if it's like... if Omni-Man's just gone the whole rest of the episode. And I can't wait for season 2, though. This show has been... amazing. Like, I love how the first episode was presented to you. Like, had no swearing, no blood like that. It really made you think it was just like another superhero cartoon. And then that ending scene happened. It was like, wait a minute. What? I really thought it was like a kid's show. I was like, fuck. This feels like an ending right now with the music. Don't be the ending, please. Okay, here we go. This is it.
Nonsense, that stuff between him and his dad on the news. Oh, shit.
Wait a minute, you know he's invincible?
Oh, man. You know, too? Oh, thank God. I thought I blew it.
William is not going to keep that secret safe. It's a gigantic blank white room. No, it ain't. Okay. How the fuck did they do that? Wait,
What
what?
the hell just happened?
Cecil was bad at timing, that's for sure. Good intention, but
We fixed the house.
he's too quick with it. Give it some time to process, bro. I think it's safe to assume Omni-Man is not going to return for this episode. Dude, that was fucked up when Omni-Man did that shit to the guy. Just right on his face. Just,
I want to be just like you.
you don't want to be like him, man. You don't want to be like him. Bro, I thought the credits were about to roll.
I'm gonna order something for dinner.
Oh no. Things can't be normal, man.
Mark!
Oh, Amber! Is he gonna find out about Titan as well? They're gonna team up, man. That's sick. Uh-oh. Who's that? Is it Omni-Man? No.
After everything on the TV about you and Omni, hey Amber.
William, you
You guys-
crazy boy. Man, I'm fucking gassed for season 2. Like, what could they I wonder what like the story would be.
Our time together was a lie.
Oh, man.
I wish you'd come back.
That's fucked up, bro. She is way too good for Omni-Man.
Someone's flying towards Earth from deep space.
Oh.
We're still trying to figure out who it is, but
Ooh, is it?
I'm Adam Eve.
What? Oh my God, I see it now. You can make doubles of yourself.
No, that's duplicate from the pink one.
Fuck's sake. Wait, does he burn his clothes every time he goes into space?
Invincible!
Oh, it's Seth Rogen.
Oh, thank heavens. I thought I was too late. Earth is off limits. There's a Viltrumite living on your planet.
Grab a seat. This may take a while.
That is super weird for a Viltrumite. Just give up. Can't imagine what you're going through. Literally. Like, I have no concept of it. When my whole world's gone, my people have no one's even heard of a Viltrumite abandoning their post.
Whoa.
Insane. It just doesn't happen. There's sites on the planet. They don't give up without a fight. I'll be ready.
Oh fuck. So there's gonna be more dudes
What's the plan to meet
from Viltrum coming. Oh shit, so is everyone like preparing for his comeback?
Finish high school, I guess.
Oh, alright, good. Sounds good. What is high school?
I knew he was gonna say that. Damn, bro. And that's it. That's it, man. Season 1 of Invincible. Yo, that was banging. That was fucking great. So it looked like at the end there, everyone was like arming up to defend themselves against like whatever's coming next from Viltrum. Bro, watch Invincible. Watch Invincible. It is fire. Good morning, you guys. Welcome. It's a brand new day. I just had to give myself some time to think, process what I just witnessed. This guy's in a bad position. Hello, Kitty. If you could just come over here and support Joe. Chill. Pop that right underneath it. Give it a little bit of leverage. All right, Grookey, listen, my man. You gotta keep a close eye on this here microphone. Ellie, support it as well. That's it. Put it at like an upward slant like that. Yeah, that seems good. Welcome to the BTEC playlist, the show where I talk to you guys about some songs that I really enjoy, particularly songs that I've been enjoying recently. In this video, we're going to be discussing songs I've enjoyed from April 2021, which was last month, as of the time this video is being recorded, as well as the beginning of May as well. I'm a little bit late to the pre-show video, not pre-show video, playlist video. Normally I try to do them at the start of a month and then I kind of recap the previous month, but so this is going to kind of be like April / the first half of May. Let's get right into it. Starting us off as we normally do, we always open the playlist with an opening track to a record. The record today is Good Faith by Madeon, with the new Porter Robinson record being as delightful as it was. I kind of had a little trip down memory lane, or more of like a catch-up to what I guess the artists I used to listen to when I was younger, like Porter Robinson, are up to these days. Madeon is one of those people. Used to love him back in the day. Icarus, The City, Finale. I was all about this motherfucker. His Adventure album, when that came out, I thought it was like the greatest electronic record. And it is still pretty dope. There are some good tracks on there, like Beings is fantastic. Pixel Empire, amazing. But yeah, his latest release, Good Faith. It's a slim 10-track album, EDM, you know, same kind of style. But much like with Paul Robinson's Nurture, it's a bit more mature, a bit more kind of humble in aesthetic, less kind of over the top. There are a few moments where it does sound real glossy, but this opening track, I think, just hit the sweet spot for me, bro. There are these amazing vocal like harmonies on the hook that when they soar and they get chopped up, it sounds really euphoric. Madeon has some vocals as well on the track, I think. He has like an auto-tune effect on his voice, which sounds kind of neat. But I just love how freaking vibrant this song is, bro. It's colorful as hell. It's hard not to just feel just inspired by the end of it, you know? Next track is much less uplifting and much more demonic. Vulture by Jack 3 and Trash Man. Off the album Moonlight Radiation, some freaking gritty, distorted Memphis rap right here. And like, legit, like if you just want to hear something cold, murky, just like freaking nihilistic, bro, this beat is so fucking brutal. It's not even like hard, it's like a subtle brutal, you know? It's like not even like trying to be hard. It's like quiet hard, you know? It's like cold and sinister. That's the word, sinister. Track number 3, Shepherd's Song by Kella Kettler. One of those tracks to where it like starts off groovy, and then as the song continues, vocalists pop in and out, more layers get added, and by the time you reach the last like couple minutes, it's just this giant stack of freaking grooves. It's exhilarating, man. The guitar plucks and the bass lines on this thing are just addictive as freak. Like for an 8-minute long track, it really just whizzes by. Track number 4 is Dalco with This. I don't know. I didn't actually look up the translation, which is lazy of me. I'll look it up like while I'm editing. I'll just pop it on the screen. Lazy as fucking shit. Anyway, this is from her record Anima, which I think is her most recent full-length release. I got a friend who fucks with this artist, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just try them out. They just popped into my head. I was like, let me just try them out. I just tried out the most recent project. And this track has these really solemn guitars on it that just like shook me to my core a little bit as the song progressed and it built across the only 2.5 minutes the track goes on for. It uses up that space very well with a really like emotional performance from Daoko. Again, I haven't looked up the lyrical translation, but she brings a lot of gusto to this song. It's not very extravagant, but it just hits you right there. Just like, it's like the surface area is like small. It's like unassuming how painful it's gonna be, and it's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Track 5 is Desert River by J. Paul. Definitely one of the stranger tracks off the Bait One's project. I love that little sound. That stop-starty kind of nature is so tight, man. J. Paul just has such a unique approach to production, and this track really emphasizes the uniqueness, like the weirdness of J. Paul. From the way the vocals are layered, it's like kind of like, it's like off key a little bit or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is. It gives it a very woozy kind of groove, and the way the drums just kind of like pitter-patter along, and then he starts bringing in those melodies later on. It's a total jam, bro. Speaking of total jams, contender for best hook on that with this next track, Mystery Lady featuring Don Toliver by Masego. This fucking shit, bruh. The fact that I did not see this track one time on anyone's best songs of 2020 list is stupid. To be fair, I have recorded my best songs of 2020 list video and I didn't put it on mine. This is such a banger, bro. This is such a catchy fucking song, produced by my G, my literal G standing for Gelatry, and also Wonder Girl, another G, girl, G for girl. Wonder Girl's an amazing producer. And there's another producer on this track too. There was another credit. Let me double check. Kojo, Sam Gelatry, Wonder Girl. Y'all motherfuckers went crazy. But particularly Masego went crazy on that fucking chorus, bro. The beat has those guitar play. Oh my god, dude. This is such a summery, beautiful, catchy little jam. I seriously can't see, I can't fathom, it's one of those tracks, I can't fathom the idea of someone hearing it like, this is fucking horrible, you know? Obviously, there's always going to be someone that doesn't like it. But with this track, it's one of those tracks, when I hear it, the idea of someone being like fucking pissed off at the track for sounding bad, that is crazy to me. It's just such a lovable tune, I swear. Next track number 7 on the playlist, is Andy Stott with New Ground. I've been diving a little bit into some of Andy Stott's releases. He's got quite a few records, like a lot of EPs, a lot of albums, and he's a really peculiar producer. I think he's really great at building an atmosphere, but keeping it minimal. Like, he's great at just like sound design and texture, and also just like fuzz, reverb, using effects. And this track, New Ground, is from his Pass Me By EP, which is a stunning EP release. If you're looking for a really cool nocturnal, atmospheric, electronic EP, I really do recommend this project. But yeah, this track, it's the first proper song on the record. There's a little intro and then it's this track. And it's so fucking dope, man. This song it's got this like distorted, rumbling sort of bassy kick with this really ominous sample layered on top, and it builds such a cold and desolate atmosphere with just these very few components. It makes me feel like I'm wandering through like a wasteland where there's no people left at all. Like, humanity's like gone and I'm like the last person left alive, and like I'm listening back to like a recording of like the last known recording of the human race, like before everything got wiped out or some shit, like and that's what the vocal sample is. It's so freaking barren in texture and atmosphere. I can't stop coming back to it. The loop is just so hypnotizing. Andy Stott, man, really fucking dope artist. Track number 8, you know I had to put at least one track. Musician by Porter Robinson. Come the fuck on with this hook, bro. Another contender for best hook on this whole playlist. This song, I love how it's like the simplest track on the Porter Robinson record, is in regards to its like design and structure and like, you know, what's happening in the song. It's like not technical at all compared to the other tracks, you know? Like, you look at Wind Tempo's Dull Scythe, you look at Mother, like the way those fucking drums are engineered, and then you look at like the structure of tracks like Wind Tempos and how it darts around. Look at the sky, how huge and maximal that song gets with its different phases. Then you look at Musician, it's low-key like the best song. Yet it's just like the same beat the whole time with just some fucking catchy vocals on top of it. It's like it's just a simple pop tune. Obviously the beat does have its little progressions and shit, but but next to the other songs, to me it's like the most like bare bones track. Yeah, it does everything so perfectly, bro. That vocal flip, that Musician's amazing. Next track is Womb by Adrian Lenker. It's quite a change of pace. In regards to songwriting, lyrical imagery, Adrian Lenker is easily go-to. This song, man, there was one line that I was like hung up on off the track. It's like the hook. It's when the eye gets heavy in the womb. And I was thinking of what the hell that could mean, because I was taking it kind of literally. That's just how shit hits me at first. Obviously, you know, you take it as it comes across, like on a surface level. But I thought about it further, and in context with the other lyrics about like just the warmth she gets around like the women in her life, like it's to a romantic degree. And I looked up some stuff, and she had a relationship with Indigo Spark, another songwriter. I believe she had a record out this year, and Adrian Lenker did collaborate with her on some of those tracks. And I found out that they were together for a minute, and then I thought maybe like the eye getting heavy in the womb could be like her eye. Like she's thinking of the idea of having a child with a woman. You know, that's how I took it. And like the idea of that's getting heavy, and she's starting to feel it like vividly, like in a real way. And that just elevated the song. Like the way she depicts like that desire, like that true like desire to share that experience with another woman, and how that would feel to her. Like the way she words that on this song, like really fucking got me, man. I just really fucking adore how Adrian Lenker just puts these ideas together. I think it's beautiful, bro. She is a fucking god tier songwriter, man. I gotta check out her first solo project. I know quite a few friends that really enjoy that album. I never listened to it, so that's definitely on the list. All right, again, changing the mood massively with the next track. Laura, Don't Waste My Time. Josh $. My G. I saw you posting this track. I saw you talking about this track. I was like, I'm gonna add that to my library. I know how Josh is with the electronic music. Sometimes he comes through with a fucking banger. Every now and then he'll drop like, yo, check out this album. It's by this producer. I'm like, all right, cool. Sometimes it doesn't hit me like that, but sometimes, man, he'll come through with something crazy. Like that Clap Clap album from last year, and like this song right here. This is a fucking tune. When that bass hits, bro, it is so catchy. It's so contagious. The vocal samples, that Jamie XX type drum loop that happens during the hook of the track, bro. Everything about the production, the performance, it is just. I don't think Laura has an album out unless I'm tripping. Yeah, no album, just singles, bro. I'm waiting on that Laura album. Y'all better keep your eyes peeled for this album, because bruh, could be amazing. Next track on the playlist, track I believe we're on number 11, Liquid by Andrea. Yo, I looked up on Rate of Music Andy Scott's page, and it said also known as Andrea, and I was like, nah, get out of here. Is that the guy who made this fucking song? It's not, it's a different Andrea. This Andrea is not Andy Stott, and to my knowledge. Bro. Anyway, this fucking tune, the way the pads like pulsate in and out on this song is so sick. It reminded me of some of the tracks off Compro by Ski Mask, where they enter the forefront and back of the headphone frequency. It's fucking mad. I don't know how the hell he pulled that shit off. Like it pings off the drums and it just creates this sick freaking groove. Absolute tune, man. Alright, continuing with the electronic music, number 12 on the playlist. Another kind of throwback, like during my nostalgic trip through all the old electronic artists I used to love when I was younger, like the Porter Robinson, the Madeon. I also went through someone's discography, someone I used to think was the best artist alive, Deadmau5. I brought up Deadmau5 in the Porter Robinson review, I believe, about how the song Strobe blew my mind. That was the first song that ever really blew my mind. And I considered putting Strobe on this playlist, but I just like took a little deep dive through some of the records I used to play back then, like 4 times 4 equals 12. I still own the CD for that. As well as For Lack of a Better Name. And For Lack of a Better Name, I went back to that album Don't think it aged too well for me. There were some tracks in there I wasn't really feeling, but I went back to 4x4. There was some bangers on that fucking record. And the interesting thing about this one is considered one of deadmau5's best songs ever. Like, by his fans and his fan base. This is very frequently picked as like his best track. Like, if it isn't Strobe, it's this. It was like in that conversation, like one of the top 3, top 5 best tracks deadmau5 ever did. But I remember back in the day, I was never huge on this track. I was never like on that wave. Like, I thought it was good, but it was, for me, back then, never like a massive favorite deadmau5 song. But it's crazy now. It's like easily to me one of his best tracks. Like, I actually like it more now than I did back then, which is wild. But yeah, the track in question is Raise Your Weapon. Raise Your Weapon, bro. There's like a dubstep drop on this track. I think that might have been what turned me off of it, like back in the day, where I just didn't like the kind of like, you know, the attempt to bro step or whatever. Like, that's kind of how I saw it. Like, I think it just turned me off because I don't think I was huge on that scene. So when that happened in the track, I was like, all right, whatever. But yo, nah. The build up with the singing and the way it just gets so serene, and then it all gets shattered with that drop with those crazy fucking bass notes. Like, what the hell is up with the freaking sound design on this track, man? I guess I didn't have as much of a respect for sound design back then, but hearing it now, I like really... Like, I'm like, yo, deadmau5 was fucking crazy. Like, with some of his textures, man. This track's 8 minutes long, and it really feels like a freaking epic. Yeah, I really saw it in a whole new light coming back to it. Track number 13, Ice Age, Take It All. Ice Age just released a whole new album titled Seek Shelter, and I was listening to that recently. They kind of took their sound in a whole new direction. They're like a post-punk band. They've kind of grown to be one of my personal favorite post-punk bands. They got some banging records, bro. Plowing into the Field of Love is amazing. New Brigade is fire too. And I realized I never properly gave their Beyondless record from 2018, yeah. I never really properly gave it like a good listen, you know. Like, I heard it, like I kind of skimmed through it, but I didn't really soak in, you know, the record like that. So I took the time out to hear the whole album in full, and this tune, man, one of the best Ice Age songs, man. Like, geez. That reverbed out guitar just starts shredding away in the second half of the track is fucking fire. And the lyrics about him just totally giving up all faith in everything and just like, literally, the world's fucking trash, just take everything. Like, take it all. He's just so like willfully giving in to just the terror that is living on planet Earth. And that's kind of a pretty bleak subject matter. And but the way the song sounds and the way it's presented, it's like a huge like freeing release for the lead singer. It's how it comes off, and it makes the song weirdly motivational, which I think is crazy. Like, I think that's dope as fuck how they kind of flip that idea in that way. And the music itself and the way it builds and just the soaring freaking vocal performance, the way he's just belting it out, straining his voice. It's a fucking great song, man. A really good record from Beyondless right there. Track number 14, Young Fathers, Cocoa Sugar, revisited that as well recently. Like, I was watching their KEXP live performance of the song I've, you know, chosen up. I'll reveal it in a minute. And the way it was performed really made me appreciate just the assembly of this track, like just how it's put together. All the different things happening and just like the decision-making process that must have gone into putting the song together must have been wild as fuck. The way the vocals would come in at weird little moments and the drums would switch up and they just introduce like a little keyboard, and it's like, bro, how the hell do you come up with this song? I was like really appreciating the craft. Like, you look at Cocoa Sugar, right? And the highlights that come to your head, you know, you got Lord, you got In My View, you got Turn, you got Holy Ghost, Picking You, Toy, all fantastic tunes. But Wire, it's like an interlude. It's a chaotic 1 minute 40. You remember it, it stays in your head, but yeah, it's like, I feel like it's one of the more unassuming tracks. But when I saw the KEXP live performance of this track, I was really blown away. Just how the hell do you come up with it? I just really started to think, like, how in the fuck did they make this? Like, I really started to appreciate, like, even if like the sound of Cocoa Sugar, like at times it can sound very lo-fi, very kind of rugged, rustic. It's not the most like instantly gratifying, but like the grooves are really unorthodox. But when you kind of like soak into it and really pay attention to everything going on, you just really start to think like, bro, how in the freak did they make that record? And this song definitely did that to me on my series of revisits to records that I like, that has seemed to be the continuing theme with this you know, this playlist. And that is going to continue with this next choice at number 15, which is Know You're Wrong by Schoolboy Q. I came back to Blank Face LP and also Crash Talk as well. Just wanted to see what type of reaction I would get out of those records today, you know, because I've just noticed that like it's really worth going back to records that you used to really like. You haven't touched in like several years, because bruh, like I really realized like my perspective and how I take music in is massively different to how it was even just like a year ago. And Blank Face LP is an album I kind of thought to be pretty average, like not bad, really high highs, but inconsistent, you know? Like it has like low lows, you know, for me, like tracks like Big Body and Overtime, you know, I never really fought with those tracks. It's got great moments, but it's also got moments that don't do much for me, and I've always just kind of seen it as like a mixed bag. Well, that's not accurate. It's more like that's how I was seeing it until I came back to it recently. I, again, started to appreciate it more because it, for one, unlocked a shitload of memories I didn't know I had with that record. Like listening to it with like some of my friends, like when they came over to my house and we would play it, we would talk about it, just the discussions I would have like surrounding it online and stuff. Like it really brought back some sick memories from 2016. And two, I'd actually really completely forgotten like quite a lot of the songs. Like I was like, bruh, I feel like I've never heard these songs before. It was crazy. Like Ride Out with Vince Staples, Dope Dealer, John Muir, Lord Have Mercy, Torch, like Never Change. Like I was like, bruh, I feel like I'm hearing these songs for the first time. Whatever You Want as well. Like I totally forgot all these tracks and how they sound. And I was finding myself enjoying many of the songs on that record like a lot. And Know You're Wrong was a standout. I completely forgot its existence on the track list. Like at first I was like, bro, was this song like added later? Because I really don't remember this track being on this album. I was like, bro, was this always here? And it's a really fucking dope track. It has a really neat beat switch. The Alchemist comes through with a really beautiful piano sample. And those little bass notes and Lance Skywalker's beautiful feature on the track too. Schoolboy Q really showing his ability to work melodies into his raps. Like it was a lovely track. I really just got lost in it for like 5 minutes. The song's quite lengthy. And yeah, I was like, bruh, Schoolboy Q, honestly, with Blank Face LP, he tapped into some really impressive artistry. I really grew to appreciate it a bit more. And then I came back to Crash Talk and I was just confused. Track 16, Genesis Owusu. Look, yo, this record, dude. This fucking Genesis Owusu. I'm gonna be real. I have like attempted this album many times, but it's not clicking, man. It's really not clicking. I'm really praying that I have like a blank face moment where I come back to it like next year and I'm like, okay, I get it, this is really entertaining me, but bruh, like I get why people were fucking with it, but I'm just really struggling to find it enjoyable. The hooks and his vocals and the very like stiff beats, like they're just really not entertaining me, man. Like the tunes are not bad, like they're very well put together. He's a pretty electrifying performer, but it's just like his vocal tone feels a little extra sometimes. Like some of the added little background vocals he throws into certain tracks just feel a little, I don't know, just like forced. Beats just don't have much color. It's a very dry sounding album to me. I'm just not really into it. But Whip Crack is fucking dope. And that other, what's the other track I like? A Song About Fishing. And the other, Black Dog, I think it's called. It's one of the earlier ones. Other than that though, I actually don't really enjoy any track. That's like all I like. Don't Need You, I hate that fucking track. Waiting For You, but it's the most sluggish song ever. The most underwhelming hook of 2021. Like, it's shit like that. It just doesn't click with my brain. I'm really hoping I'll come around to it. I feel like I do get it. I just don't get much out of it, but I'm hoping maybe I one day do. Whip Cracker though, I love how he keeps the track really unapologetic. Right at the start, you're just hearing like this one drum and he's just going off. It's just vocals and a singular drum for like a solid like minute. And then when everything collides and the instrumentation comes in, it's very gratifying. Like I do appreciate the structure and build of this song. But yeah, moving on, we have a track. This is the one I'm really excited to talk about this one. This is the song on the playlist that brings me the most pride and joy to be putting on this playlist, because I genuinely feel like it really deserves a spot on this playlist. It deserves all of your attention. If you haven't heard this song, which is all of you need to get yourself onto Spotify, on the Apple Music, on the Tidal, Deezer, Pandora, Amazon Music, I don't fuck. Go to Bandcamp, matter of fact, and buy this project. Lastfm, I don't know exactly how you pronounce that. But Lastfm is my boy. His name is Elliot Ferguson. He's a producer from down the road that way. He's my friend. He's a very close friend of mine, and we have been producing together for many years. I think we both got into it like around like a similar time. We've kind of been growing alongside each other, I would say. We've worked on music together too, and he has been kind of postponing and withholding within him his debut project for a while. I was less patient in dropping music. I was just excited to drop music, so, you know. He was the mature one and was like, nah fam, I need my debut record to be fucking perfect. I released my records when I felt like they were ready, but I could have perfected them more in retrospect. If I was myself now, back then, I wouldn't have dropped all for a fucking cascade. So Elliot had the right idea. He was like, yo, I'm gonna make a dope fucking record, and I'm just waiting until it's ready. And my God, did this motherfucker come through. Radiance by Lastfm. It's a 5-track EP. It's 12 minutes, and this is the closing track. And I would like to just publicly say right now, you may think I'm biased because he's my friend, but I mean this sincerely. His EP came out like the same day as the new Sam Gellatree EP. You know how I feel about Sam Gellatree. You know he's like one of my favorite. I didn't give a fuck about that EP once I heard Lastfm's Radiance. I truly did. I mean this sincerely. Lastfm fucking washed Sam Gellatree. Sam Gellatree got bodied by Lastfm that weekend, man. This record is dope as fuck, and I want everyone to go hear it. It's a very tight 5 tracks. They all work in tandem to create a really immersive listen. The pads and chords that he lays down, the way they escalate and just coalesce in such magical ways, is really, really vivid. My favorite part of the track comes in the second half, where like this bass note hits and it like swallows the entire track for like half a second, and then it all just like flutters out. It's fucking crazy. I was gonna make a review for it, but I was worried that maybe people wouldn't click on it because it's like an unknown name. Like the Lastfm review, the Lastfm reaction probably wouldn't get a huge amount of clicks compared to a BTEC playlist or maybe a mid-year roundup. So I thought I'd use this opportunity instead to tell all of you fucking twats to stream this excellent EP. I knew it was gonna be dope. Like because I know Elliot's production. I've enjoyed his work and seeing his progression over the years, like in person, just witnessing it. I knew I was going to enjoy this. It's something that I would naturally be drawn to regardless. And I was like, you know what, let me just go in unbiased. I went on a walk and I was just like, let me just see what happens. Let me just take it in as if it's something I just stumbled across and wasn't anticipating at all. And I was, I'm so happy to say, I was like stunned at how good it was. Like I knew it was going to be good, but it was better than I was expecting. And I've been playing it like crazy. Like, because it's so replayable, you're just going to want to come back every time. The second it's done, you start it up again. Elliot, my guy, God bless. Number 18, South Loop Summer by Hospital Bracelet. This was almost the first track on the playlist because it is an opening track. It's like a pop-punky, emo-y tune. Thank you, Liam, for showing me this on your video. I took a note of your recommendation. I was like, you know what, let me give that a go. There are 7 songs on this record, but this opening track has been on fucking loop. I love those lyrics about just like the loop of working during the summer just so you can pay off like just some obnoxiously pricey rent for some shitty apartment. It's like just like poking at the absurdity with some amazing bass lines and incredible riffs to boot as well, and some really catchy vocal melodies too. Freaking love this track. I'm excited to see the future of this band. Track number 19 on the playlist, Gorillaz Empire Ants featuring Little Dragon. Another revisit I embarked upon recently was for Plastic Beach. I realized I haven't actually listened to that record in full for quite a while, and that's one of those albums that pretty effectively builds like a whole universe within its music. Like you feel so transported with that release, like with the grooves too and the different features that come in. They all kind of add to like the world that this album is building, and the way it's sequenced, it just like soaks you into it. But then this fucking song comes in and it just really opens up, and you just feel like you're just exploring this universe like properly. It's like you're slowly being introduced, and then when this song hits, for me it's like you you see all of it, you know, like you experience it. Definitely one of my favorite Gorillaz tracks. Number 20, Kero Bonito, and with the Princess and the Clock from their recent release, Civilization 2. This is the first song on it, and man, the hook on this shit got in my head so bad at one point. I was humming this shit every day. One of their catchiest tunes, man. And I freaking love that part where the vocals like glitch out and then it just like smashes down like right at the start. So freaking gratifying. A great tune from Kero. Second to last track on the playlist now at number 21. Sam Gallatry, I know I low-key slandered him. Versilon did better, I'm sorry. Versilon I need to give credit where it's due. I know that statement would go a long way, so I knew I had to say that for Versilon's sake. But let me just also make it clear, the Sam Gallatry EP is dope. I do like it. It was honestly, for me, a little bit disappointing. I won't lie. Like, it's a good EP, but the mix on some of those tracks, to me, was way off. Like, it was really emphasizing the high end, which is cool. I get why he did that. You know, they're pop tracks. I think he wants to make it playable for the radio, for speakers at the club and shit. But just hearing it on headphones, bro, like, they got real messy. Like, Games and A New Dawn particularly sounded real messy, to me at least. And like, I guess it's cool and refreshing to not have, electronic pop type music with like crazy drops and stuff. Super bass heavy, because that's common, they emphasize the bass part of it. But at the same time, for how busy these songs are, like, it just got a little too jarring, especially on A New Dawn. That's my overall critique of this EP. I did like the songs though, but yeah, the mix just rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. Like, I'm really surprised that was my issue. With the Sam Gallatry EP, that my issue was the production, because I think Sam Gallatry is one of the best producers alive. And yeah, speaking of that statement, the track I've chosen here, very much proof of that statement. Assumptions. Oh my god. This fucking song. Alright. Despite all those like issues I have with the EP or whatever, this song, I cannot poke a hole in this track if I fucking tried. It's one of the best Sam Gallatry songs. Easily. And I knew this song was out there too. Like, Sam Gallatry fans, if you're watching, we all knew this song was out there. Because he performed it a couple times, most notably on this video. I remember I watched that video and like up to a certain point, like halfway through, Assumptions comes on. I was like, what the fuck is this fucking track? This is fire. I'm like, I look in the description like, what is this track? And it's like unreleased, ? No one knows it. I'm like, okay, it must be an unreleased Sam Gallatry song. And then when I heard it come in on this EP, I was like, he put it on the fucking EP. Yeah, my hero. Yeah, this is such a jam. The freaking synth strings, the chords that pluck away across the whole track, they are infectiously catchy, and so are Sam Gallatry's vocals, especially the part where he goes like, like that part. Ooh, the freaking keys as well when he starts just soloing away in the second half, so fucking dope. And that brings us to the end of the playlist, track 22. I don't know about you. Theme of this playlist, the recurring thing, has been rediscovery. We've seen that with the Blank Face. We've seen that with the Gorillaz. We've seen that with the Adrian. We see it with the deadmau5, the Madeon, amongst many other J. Paul. Like, that's been a recurring thing I've talked about in this video, is my process rediscovering old records that I haven't touched in a while, and I'm seeing them in a new light. Well, that's gonna happen again with this final choice, because it's easily the biggest revelation of all of them. Well, maybe it isn't actually. I don't know. It feels like the biggest one to me. It feels in my heart like this was the most like what the fuck moment of just realizing how much I love this record. Like, that was probably for me the most surprising one out of these, which is weird because I always loved it. It's not even a case of me like hating something. I come back to it and realize, oh, it's amazing. Like, I loved it from the beginning, but like I came back to it and I realized like this was what everyone else saw in it, which is like I saw in it as well, but like I saw people saying this was 10 out of 10 when it came out. 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. This was a beautiful, amazing, like incredible record. And I heard it and I thought, yeah, these songs are all dope. But on this revisit, I had that experience. It's hard to describe exactly what I mean, but maybe that makes sense. Radiohead, bruh. Radiohead. We all know Radiohead. We all love Radiohead. Radiohead are great. They're a great band. You know, are they the most RYM core band ever? Yeah. Are they the most like...
Oh yeah, I got into music because I listened to Radiohead and it blew my mind. Now I'm a huge music snob. Like,
yeah, they are that band. Right, sure. But they're a good band. They've earned that status by releasing quality albums, quality records across their whole career. And the album I had a particularly wild revelation with this past month was their most recent album, A Moon-Shaped Pool. A Moon-Shaped Pool, bruh. I'm gonna keep it real with you. A Moon-Shaped Pool is, in my opinion, the best Radiohead album. That's right. That's right. Before, I would have said Kid A, or maybe In Rainbows. You know, those are the common two. It's either OK Computer, Kid A, or In Rainbows. Those are the most regular, like the most frequent choices, right? I would have probably said Kid A. Kid A is still dope as fuck. I love Kid A, but yo, A Moon-Shaped Pool, I had a seriously emotional fucking response to this record. I was absolutely bawling listening to this thing. I think this album is fucking magical, bro. And it's crazy, like I was listening to it when it came out, like, yeah, this album's lovely. I really like this album, man. This is dope, one of the best of the year, for sure. But I come back to it now, I'm like, every song on this record is stunning. It brought me back as well to being in college when the single Burn the Witch dropped. And I was like, yo, new Radiohead. And my friend next to me was like, oh yeah, Radiohead, I heard of them. Like, oh, I was like, yo, you listen to Radiohead? They were like, no, not really, like, but yeah, I know Radiohead. And then I go into college the next day, I see my friend listening to Burn the Witch, like, yeah, I've been listening to it all day. I'm like, my God. And then like the record came out, we were talking about it. And this is someone that is like not like a music head like that. And so I was just like, I had a cool little moment with Radiohead, with this record, with that person, you know. And it reminded me of that, and I had that memory there too. And then I just took in the lyrics and the arrangements of this record. I just had a supremely emotional response to this album. I think Burn the Witch like came on shuffle, and I got reminded of it, and I was like, yo, I need to come back to the Moon-Shaped Pool and just hear the whole album in full again. And bruh. Low-key, it might be 10 out of 10. And you might be thinking, what song did I choose? Bro, the track that stopped me the most, that made me go like, okay, nah, this album is crazy. Full Stop is the song I chose, man. That fucking tune, oh, the way it starts off, that long intro, it just keeps you on the edge of your seat. And then that little guitar pluck comes in and Tom York is just like, the truth will mess you up. The truth will mess you up. He sounds so like frightened, like the truth will mess you up, like he's found something like dark and seedy and he just can't escape it. And then just the claustrophobic nature of this instrumental just starts to swallow his voice. As the bass line just kind of switches up subtly as the track goes on. It's a masterfully produced and composed track to me. Like I was like stunned at this fucking song. But there were tons of rediscovered highlights like Tinker Tailor, Soldier, blah blah blah, Spy. Great track. True Love Waits. Amazing. Daydreaming. Oh my fucking God. Burn the Witch, of course. The Numbers, Present Tense, Dex Dark, fucking Glass Eyes, bro. Every damn song was blowing my mind. I was like, wait, this album's like, yeah, I knew it was great, but it's like, it's amazing? What? It was a crazy moment. It was the most visceral rediscovery I had. That being said, I only brought it from an 8 to a 9, but like, you know, in my heart, it felt like the most visceral one. Shit, dude. Yeah, nah, this album's amazing, dude. That's my playlist. That's everything, man. That's everything I have to talk about today. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And I'm gonna take this opportunity right now to wait before you click away. I know I said goodbye, but before you click away, let me just let y'all know a little something, something, something. This one's for the Buffalo Staple subscribers, the loyal, real ones. Hold up a minute, before you wait a minute. Pre-show. We're gonna talk pre-show. If you don't know what the pre-show is, I'm gonna tell you right now. Pre-show is a video I'm making. It's gonna be sick. It's coming. I'm thinking I should call it the post-show at this point. Kaylee said that. I was like, yo, just call it the post-show. I'm like, low-key, that's a clever idea. Because it's taken so long. But yeah, let me give y'all some clarification on what the deal is with that. I know I'm late. I know I'm comically late. I just wanted to get this BTEC playlist video out, and I would just like to make it known now that the pre-show is now top priority. Top priority. Pre-show is going to be the next upload on this channel. That I can promise you. The very next upload will be the pre-show 2020. Because we're entering the halfway point of the year, and what happens during the halfway point of the year? The mid-year list. I figured it'd be pretty fucking ridiculous if I make my mid-year 2021 list before I've covered the 2020 roundup shit. So what better way to lead into a video rounding up 2021 so far than with a video rounding up 2020. Pre-show drops, 2 more videos drop regarding 2020 music, and then the mid-year list happens. How's that sound? Y'all in? Y'all down for that? Cool. So there you go. I just wanted to make that known right now that the next video is going to be the pre-show. I will not stop until it's ready and perfect and good to go. Thank you all so much for being amazing people. As always, I love you bitches. I love you guys. See ya!